Today we are going to show you the best budget smartphones you can buy right now. We have analyzed the market and listed these 5 best budget smartphones for you. For more amazing tech product reviews and suggestions, please subscribe to our channel. We will try our best to present you with the best tech products that you can buy now. Products links in the description box. In this video, we'll be covering budget smartphones, including what they are, why you may want to choose them, and some of the best options out there. Number 5. Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. The Samsung Galaxy A14 5G has a reflective plastic body that comes in one color, black. The phone feels thick in hand and has a blocky design without any rounded edges. On the top left corner, there are 3 cameras: a 50-megapixel main camera, a 2-megapixel depth camera, and a 2-megapixel macro camera. The front of the phone has a teardrop notch for the 13-megapixel front-facing camera. The 6.6-inch display has a 1080p resolution and a 90 Hz refresh rate. The phone is powered by the same 7nm MediaTek Dimensity 700 processor, which has two 2.4 GHz Cortex A76 cores and 6 2.0 GHz Cortex A55 cores. The Galaxy A14 5G does a decent job, but its 5,000 mAh battery doesn't last as long as expected. The phone lasted for 9 hours and 40 minutes while streaming a YouTube video over Wi-Fi with the screen brightness turned up. The phone supports 15W wired charging, but not wireless charging. It takes 2 hours and 23 minutes to fully recharge the battery. The phone has limited 5G support, but it does have the bands for AT&T and T-Mobile, including sub-5 GHz and Band C. The Galaxy A14 5G has some limitations from a photography perspective, but it still offers an enjoyable photo capturing experience. The phone can capture video at 1080p resolution and 30 frames per second. The footage captured with the Galaxy A14 5G looks good for a budget-friendly phone. Number 4. Motorola Moto G Stylus. The Moto G Stylus is a phone with a 6.5-inch 720p display that has a 90 Hz refresh rate. It is powered by a MediaTek Helio G85 processor and comes with 64 GB of storage, which can be expanded through a microSD card slot. It has 4 GB of RAM, a 5,000 mAh battery, and a stylus with a built-in slot. Other features include stereo speakers, a fingerprint sensor, and a headphone jack. The phone specs are sufficient to functionally run most apps and tasks without frustrating lag or storage problems. The MediaTek Helio G85 processor and the 4 GB of RAM allow most apps to launch quickly while being able to handle a little bit of multitasking. The phone's 64 GB of storage may be on the smaller side by today's standards, but it should still be enough to store enough apps, photos, and videos before reaching for a microSD card. The phone's 5,000 mAh battery lasts roughly 2 days under medium to heavy usage. During our benchmark tests, we used the phone for video calls, social media, and photography throughout the day, while monitoring the battery through roughly an hour of active use, consisting of 10 minutes of playing Marvel Snap, a 10-minute video call, and a 20-minute voice call where we also browsed several apps and rounded out with 15 minutes of YouTube videos. During that period, the battery started at 78% and depleted down to 69%. The phone's 50-megapixel main camera captures a lot of detail, especially when outdoors or in well-lit areas. However, photos taken in indoor spaces may get a little noisy, resulting in slightly less detail. The 50-megapixel main camera is paired up with a 2-megapixel macro lens, which is used together to provide a blurred background bokeh effect in portrait mode. Even more surprising is that the portrait mode also works well with the 8-megapixel front-facing camera. Indoor selfies may have more image noise but work well for a quick photo. The cameras shoot 720p resolution video at 30 frames per second. Number 3. OnePlus Nord N30 5G. The OnePlus Nord N30 5G has an attractive design that immediately catches one's attention, featuring 2 large camera bumps, a glossy back, and a simple OnePlus logo. However, it is prone to fingerprints and comes in only one color. The phone boasts a 108-megapixel main camera, which is the standout feature of its specs list, but the real star of the show is the phone's included 50-watt SuperVOOC charger. It can recharge the 5,000 mAh battery from near zero to approximately 75% in just 30 minutes. which is incredibly fast. Compared to similarly priced phones that max out at 15-watt charging speeds, the OnePlus Nord N30 5G is unmatched. The phone's bright 6.72-inch display has a 120 Hz refresh rate and a 1080p resolution, making videos, games, apps, and websites look excellent and animate smoothly. It is powered by a mid-range Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 processor, which works well with the phone's 8 GB of memory to run most apps and games while allowing for multitasking. The phone features 2 camera bumps on the back, which house the main 108-megapixel camera, a 2-megapixel macro camera, and a 2-megapixel depth assist camera for portrait mode. There is also a 16-megapixel front-facing camera located in a punch-out on the display. It is important to note that the OnePlus Nord N30 5G's 108-megapixel camera does not compare to what we see on more expensive phones. Despite its impressive resolution, software and processing power are crucial factors in capturing great photos, which more expensive phones generally have. Number 2. Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. The Samsung Galaxy A14 5G has a conventional look with gently rounded corners and a column of lenses on the back. The phone features Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on both the front and back, which adds quality to its design and prevents fingerprints from appearing on the surface. The screen is Super AMOLED and measures 6.4 inches with a 120 Hz refresh rate. The 340 by 1080 pixel resolution makes for a density of 403 ppi and provides a bright display that is easy to read in sunlight. The under-display fingerprint reader and the front-facing camera, located at the top of the screen, support biometric unlocking and face unlock, respectively. The phone features a SIM card slot, a power button, a volume rocker, a USB-C port, and a slot for a microSD memory card. The A54 has 6 GB of RAM, 4 Cortex A78 cores at 2.4 GHz and 4 Cortex A55 cores at 2 GHz. The phone's Mali G68 MP5 GPU provides decent gaming performance, but higher settings may cause frame drops and hitches. The A54 features a 5,000 mAh battery that lasts for 13 hours and 18 minutes when streaming a YouTube video over Wi-Fi with the screen brightness set to the maximum, and it supports wired charging speeds up to 25W. The main camera has a 50MP sensor with optical image stabilization, which captures photos at 12.5MP. The phone also has a 12MP ultra-wide shooter and a 5MP macro camera. The selfie camera takes 32MP photos and provides sharp and crisp images with a good bokeh effect in portrait mode. The phone can capture up to 4K video at 30 frames per second and supports both sub-6 GHz and mmWave 5G, including the C-band spectrum. Number 1. Google Pixel 7a. If you're looking for a compact phone, the Pixel 7a is a great option. It has dimensions of 6.0 by 2.8 by 0.4 inches, HWD, and weighs 6.8 ounces, which is similar in size to last year's Pixel 6a but slightly heavier. The 7a features a 6.1-inch OLED display with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 and a pixel density of 429 ppi. The screen is stunning, with vibrant colors and solid brightness, even in direct sunlight, thanks to its thin bezels that give it a premium look. The display has a 90 Hz refresh rate and an under-display fingerprint reader for biometric security. The Pixel 7a has a SIM card slot on the left edge, which supports one physical nano SIM card and a built-in eSIM card. The right side has the power button and volume rocker, while the bottom has a speaker and a USB-C port. Unfortunately, there's no headphone jack or slot for a microSD card. The phone is powered by a Tensor G2 chip with 8 GB of RAM for multitasking and 128 GB of UFS 3.1 storage. The gaming performance is decent but not exceptional, with higher settings causing substantial frame drops and hitches. The Pixel 7a has a 4,385 mAh battery and supports fast charging up to 18W. The phone lasts for 13 hours and 25 minutes while streaming a YouTube video over Wi-Fi with the screen brightness set to the maximum. The box doesn't include any charging adapter, fast or slow, but it supports wireless charging. The camera system of the Pixel 7a is impressive. The main camera has a 64MP sensor at f/1.9 and bins down shots by a factor of 4, resulting in 16MP final images. It has an 80-degree field of view and supports super residential zoom up to 8x, as well as optical and electronic image stabilization. The ultra-wide camera has a 120-degree field of view and captures 13MP shots at f/2.2. The front-facing camera has a 13MP resolution and a wide 95-degree field of view for capturing selfies. The phone takes fantastic pictures in just about any situation, and the front-facing camera works flawlessly for portrait mode selfies. The video capabilities of the Pixel 7a include the ability to record in 1080p or 4K at either 30 or 60 frames per second, as well as slow motion at up to 240 frames per second. Other features include astrophotography time-lapse and 1080p locked video stabilization for action shots. All of the best budget smartphones are on our list. Please click the thumbs up icon if you found this video to be helpful. Which budget smartphones would you choose? Let us know what you think by leaving a remark below. Thank you for your time. Click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you found this video to be useful in any way so you won't miss any upcoming updates. All of you who viewed before that, I hope to see you in the upcoming video.